Now, what we have here is calculate the size of the angle marked P in the right angle triangle below. Anybody got any ideas? Yes. Okay, this is 90 degrees. This angle here is 22 degrees. When you add three angles of a triangle together, what do you have to get? 180. So 180 minus 90 minus 22, and you get 68. P is equal to 68. Everybody alright with that? Now look, you don't have to do this one, but if you were to do it, axial symmetry means mirror image. It means the straight lines like a mirror, and all you have to do is just draw the same object out the other side. So it's how many blocks across again? 5 blocks on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also what you'd have to do is basically that there, just like a mirror image. What? Yeah, they will. They're good. Okay. Now, next one. Write down the length of the side opposite. Now, does everybody remember what happens here when we have a triangle? A right angle triangle. Okay. Pick any angle you want. This angle here, yeah? Which side is the opposite side? That's the opposite side. What side is this one? Hypotenuse. What side is this one here? Huh? Adjacent. Okay? It depends on what angle you're talking about. If I was talking about this angle up here, what happens then? The opposite will change. That's the red opposite, and that's the red adjacent, but the hypotenuse always stays the same. Now, using this knowledge, what do you think the opposite of R is? 12. Okay? Yes. Now, anybody remember what Pythagoras' theorem is? Pythagoras' theorem, anybody? The longest side squared equals the shorter side squared and added together. What's the longest side in this triangle? What, using your eyesight, which side is the longest? X. And that equals squared plus x squared equals 144 plus x squared equals 169. What number, when you multiply it by itself, gives you 169? Anybody remember? What button will tell you the root 169? 13. Is 13 an answer that we'd expect from this? Is 13 bigger than 12? So therefore it's an answer we might expect. Okay. Now, that's question 2 now, okay? What's sine 20 in your calculator? Correct to 2 decimal places. Make sure your calculator says what on the top? D. Does everybody's calculator say D? Will everybody take out their calculator? So what we're going to do here is this, guys. Sine 20 is, what do you think, 0.34? What's cos 70? 0.34. Huh. They're the same, aren't they? What about the next one? What's sine 50? 0.77. Yeah, it's okay when you round it off. What's cos 40? Okay. Can anybody see a trend? Sine 20 equals cos 70. Sine 50 equals cos 40. Can anybody make a prediction what sine 10 is going to be equal to? So what Charlie realised is this: 20 plus 70 is 90. 50 plus 40 is also 90. Therefore, 10 plus 80 equals 90. If I ask you this any time, just make sure the two angles add up to 90. If I said cos 20, what do you think the sine should be? 70. Has to add up to 90. That makes sense? Works every time. Okay. Now, oh, this is good. This is the sort of one we need. Okay, ready? Three towns A, B, and C. A to B is 11k, B to C is 8k, C is a right angle. What is the hypotenuse in this triangle? What? 11 kilometers. Write down the length opposite, because the eye looks at that's 8 kilometers. Can anybody remember? Does anybody remember the rhyme? So, ka toa. What does that actually stand for? Sine's opposite of hypotenuse. Cos is, and tan is opposite over adjacent. Everybody alright with that? Okay. So what is sine x then? Sine x is using what? Opposite over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is that one. The opposite is that one. So what do we need to write down? 8 over 11. Everybody right with that? Now, find the size of the angle x to the nearest degree. Does anybody remember how to find the size of the angle? First of all, make a prediction. What size do you think this angle should be? You could get your protractor out, couldn't you, and have a quick look, see what you think it should be. What do you think it should be around? Under 40 degrees, is it? Because I can draw it like that, isn't it? So it's going to be just around. It's going to be around 40 degrees somewhere. Is everybody happy enough with that? Because I'm just basically measuring the angle using the protractor. Oh, don't want that. So it's around 40 degrees. Okay. Excuse me about that. So we know what sine is, yeah? How do you get the angle on its own? How do you get this part here on its own? Anybody remember? There's a special button. When you bring sine over to your side, what do you do? It's in yellow and it's above this line here. Sine inverse. So what you do is you press sine, only works for sine and cos and tan. You sine inverse 8 over 11. And what do you find out? That's grand, isn't it? We're expecting the answer pretty close to 40, weren't we? So 46.65 to the nearest degree. 47 degrees. Okie dokes.